It's so nice to be in the sanctuary with you. As we were coming in, we were thinking about how beautiful this place is. You were married here. This was a part of how I got to know you. And you guys are a part of our church life together. What? Yeah? Do you see it? So I want to start by letting you introduce yourselves and maybe a little bit about how you came to be a part of our church community here. So.
I'm Savy, and we were looking for a place and I guess a home for our family when we were getting married.
Can you sit right here? Let's move it over. Yeah.
We were having a really hard time finding some place that fit us just right. And so Rolf.
Yeah. So I contacted. I contacted first my father. So he, I don't know. Growing up, I knew we were Lutheran, but I think once I moved away and I became bigger, older, sort of other interests emerged. I moved out of my house and I started university, and I started like jobs and things like that. So
don't touch. Let's go back a little bit. It's a video.
So I think maybe late teens, early from 19 maybe to like late 20s. You have a lot of things in focus when you're by yourself. That you have to that you have to think about. Like I said, jobs, university, sports, other things.
Right.
So once we are engaged, and you settled with a partner, I think that's when, at least for me, you start to look into your roots in some more, in really deeper way, and that's when I talked to my father and about our family history a little bit. So then we realized, okay, this is the place we should look for in terms of.
He's showing us his book.
I know,
do you want to read that? Yeah.
So we did talk a little bit with Savi's parents, and then I talked a little bit with my family. So I researched around the area, the closest place with the Lutheran Church, and I discovered this place, and it's turned out really a very good decision.
You're here and you're a part of us. And
yes, I'm really happy that happened. Yes.
And we've gotten to, be a part of your wedding, and he was baptized here. You guys have made this your church home, and we're really proud of that.
Yes,
and we want him to feel comfortable here. We're sitting here in the kids area at church, and he's finding toys and things, but we're going to share this week's discussion questions. So, the first one is, what's your favorite? It's because this last week in the devotional, it talked about the transfiguration story where Jesus's clothes became shining white. And so I think that's why they asked this question. That the first one seems a little random. What's your favorite item of clothing?
For me, when I hear that question, I think of two different things.
Okay.
I think of what's your favorite type of clothing to wear, item of clothing to wear, and then what is my personal at home item of clothing. So I would say my favorite item of clothing to wear are definitely pajamas. I love to wear pajamas. But I don't. If I were to think of what I had at home that was my favorite, I have a pair of socks. They're sweater socks.
Ooh,
and they're cozy. They're really cozy and they're knitted and they fit just right.
Yeah. So that's cool. Cozy.
Yeah.
Rolly, come here. Come on. What are you doing? Come here.
For me.
Mama's hot.
Oh. He's got to show you
That's
something.
fine.
Yeah.
For me, Pastor Brett is a pair of good pants.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that I would describe myself as maybe a picky person.
Yeah.
Maybe I purchased.
You always look put together. You always look stylish.
Thank you. But I think a pair of pants is very. I mean, maybe the starter of how I begin to think about maybe the rest of what I'm going to wear, and a lot of maybe because of maybe I have sort of an odd body dimension or something.
Sure,
maybe,
we all have different shapes, right?
So it's very hard for me to get a really good pair of pants. But once I found it, I'm going to wear it a lot.
Yeah, right.
People will tell me about it.
It's like, once you find it, it's like so satisfying, right?
Yes,
to find something that really fits.
Yes, so I don't know. I really like pants, and I have maybe a little bit too many, but but it's good. Yeah.
I remember one time too. You were so thoughtful. You brought all these clothes to donate and share, and I think that was back to when we were doing the refugee support of some families, and so you guys really thoughtfully brought in all these bags of clothes to share. So it made me think of you too.
Yes, and in the past maybe my parents were the ones that always before things broke down or they were too small. We were always encouraged to maybe donate the things that
me too.
that really weren't fitting. I mean, maybe the things that we had one too many.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
And that's why it's been like that since I was little. My sister as well. Yeah. And until now, right? I mean, we still donate a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot of things.
I was remembering.
Love to go through the closet, see, what do I really need? What might somebody else enjoy that I'm maybe not enjoying, or what am I done with, or just
Absolutely.
For sure.
The second question, the second two questions, next ones, I really thought of you guys with, because I think of you as brave people and really thoughtful people. And so I wonder what you think of yourself when you think of this question. When have you had to be brave or courageous? And what did you do? Yeah, what comes to mind?
Yeah. I think that when I first saw the question, bravery, in the more traditional sense, I thought maybe, oh wow, you see some type of gigantic threat coming to you, and you have to fend it off with a sword. Right. But I think the older I get with a family and Rolf, I think things really just boil down to maybe family assisting people, and not maybe yourself. Maybe asking for help is something, right? I mean, that makes you a vulnerable person, being vulnerable and asking for help.
Do you need help?
And
want to open it? There we go. Yeah. Sorry
so
to
maybe,
interrupt you.
That's okay. Yeah. So maybe things that are difficult for one as a person. Maybe bravery is, in some ways, like I said, becoming vulnerable and asking for help, or offering help to family. I mean, or to sometimes strangers. Yeah. Or I don't know, like just getting out of your way, of your routine, and so I think with Rolf is definitely changed. Things have changed a lot. Yeah. Where being brave sometimes, just waking up, being brave, waking up and getting, the milk or something like that. So I mean, just doing the right thing when you're tired. Right.
And you guys have known that through babyhood and toddlerhood.
Yes, and I think I think there are certain things that you have to do. And my belief is in raising, for example, Rolf, and just doing the things when the things are hard. Right. And it's just like maybe a simple thing that could impact him as a person, as a development. I think that's just doing the right thing. Yeah. It's maybe really truly brave.
Yeah, not the huge brave thing necessarily, but some people talk about just the next right thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the one little thing. Yeah.
Correct.
What about for you, Sam?
For me, I would say when he was born, that was a moment that, I mean, we had to be very brave, but I felt like I had to be very brave too. We were, only one person was allowed in the hospital.
Yeah, during COVID. Man, I remember texting you those days. Yeah. Go on, yeah.
And it was hard, because you have this idea of when you have a baby and you think like, oh, you're gonna be like with friends and family and everybody surrounding you. And we were really isolated for, for the first 6 weeks, definitely. Mm-hmm. But even after that, everything was so scary.
Yeah.
So, and then now, coming on the other side of that, it's so, I'm thankful for the time that we did have just the three of us.
Right.
But it was not how I ever expected having a kid would be. Yeah.
That's so much bravery.
Yeah.
Now, both of you, like me, have an extended family that's complicated, and we all have family stuff, right? But when you guys think about your little family of 3 right now, what do you really like, or what are you proud of, or what do you think is special about your family? Or it could be about your extended family. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So I thought about 3 things, right?
Yeah.
So Savi's family, my family, and our little family.
Yeah.
So I think that starting with my own family.
Yeah.
So one of the things that now that I'm a father, I found, very important. I keep going back. I said this before, in a way of how do we raise him, and how did my parents do it with me. So I think the first thing is how different cultures they came from. They really have not a lot in common, and they managed to raise us in a very good home, and we really had the way we grew up, sort of learning both cultures,
right,
living in different places, really unusual upbringing. Because it was almost equal time that we spent in both places, and growing up, seeing that, being confronted with different cultures and how the dynamics in the family worked, and I found that to be very special. So I would always, remember that. Yeah.
Right.
So now with Savi's family, it's it's very opposite. Now we have a smaller family,
right.
So now Savi's family is very, it's numerous, and they have very special ability, and they have many, colorful characters. Let's put it that way. Right. Very big family, but they have the ability to always come together as when there is a problem, and they have really always in mind sort of the positive, and I cannot stress this enough, the positive things, even when things are really bad or look bleak. So I thought that was really admirable. And me living in different places, and many times I had to deal with my own problems. I found it really incredible when one person had a problem, then everybody would just run and help out. Right. I found it really important.
Do you want to come this way? We can make room. There we go.
And then lastly...
what about your family of 3?
So our family of 3, I think, honestly, I could have not asked for something better. And I know probably every family thinks like that. But I think really Savy is very great, patient, incredibly patient. And I'm not a patient person in some ways, right?
You complement each other.
Yes, very well. Savy is very incredible, and also taking care of Ralphie many times. And he's an incredible boy, I think. And we have this very special bond.
The 3 of you.
Yes.
Really. you've always been together and you're figuring it out.
I think that is the great thing, just figuring it out. And even though there's so much information nowadays, it's truly, I still feel it's really left to us. And I know it's obvious we're raising him, but but still I feel there is, we're still finding sort of the path in the forest, each step we take. And there is not like, some type of spoiler around the corner. And I think that is what's really special about
I would say
you're doing a great job. I think especially Sarah's doing a great job.
When it comes to our family of 3, I would say that we're very supportive of each other. If Rolf says, hey Savy, this is something that I want to get done, or this is something that I'm really interested in, we work together to try to make that happen, always. And that's something that I'm really happy about in our relationship, and that we're gonna, extend to him too. Hi, baby. What do you need? Help me. So that's one thing that is really special, and that I like a lot. Also, too, that we take the time to prioritize family and just the 3 of us, even though there's all this crazy stuff going on around us, and we are in the middle of my family, which is totally crazy. But that we're able to really set that boundary and set aside the time.
This is us.
This is what we need. And I'm really thankful for that we're able to do that, and that we don't even have to talk about it. We just both know that that's something that that it has to happen. And
the identity, sort of the family's identity, is maybe a hybrid of maybe my family and your family, but we still have we're in the midst now of your family, and we've been to my family, and there are so many opinions of things that should be done, or certain traditions and things like that, but I think we found our own way, right? And some things we complement, some things we might cut out, or discard completely. Others, new things coming, but we still try to have our own little family with old traditions, and some old traditions too. Yes.
I really appreciate and I hear in what both of you are saying, and intentionality and and a thankfulness to have in each other, and the ability to think about it and talk about it. You guys have shared with me about your goals for your marriage and your family, and I think that's really beautiful. Life can be so busy, especially with a little one and jobs and life goals, but taking that time to say, this is what we want, this is what I need, even if it's just today, like you're saying, to say I need to do this today, I'm stressed today, can you help with that? That can be so important. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to share, and I think it helps to inspire others and to know that we're not alone in this, and that people, every family and every life is different, but part of being Christian community is supporting each other in this. So I'm really thankful for you guys.
I'm thankful for you.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
You're a part of our church family, and I'm so thankful for that, and it's so fun to see you grow. So
it's crazy. I can't believe he's going to be 3 in May.
I know.
It's
wild.
He's telling you stuff now.
Right? Yep. Well, thanks be to God for you guys, and thanks for taking the time to share. I hope that it inspires you to think about your own answers to these questions, and maybe you'll connect with Rolf and Savy or with me in the future, and we can talk about these things together. So may God bless your continued Lenten journey, and thanks for watching.